Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, and welcome to my show. You're listening to the Emily Pearl Show live from Memphis, Tennessee, where women can talk about anything that we want to talk about. All right? Thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned because our topic today is fun, it's interesting, and it's informative. Go grab your coffee, go grab your tea, and come on back and talk with me. Hello, Lisa.
Hello?
Hi,
Hello?
this is Emily. You're on the show. Heidi and I are on the line.
Hello?
Deidre, are you
Hello,
there?
is it Deidre?
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. It's just a tad bit.
Oh, you can? Okay, well, that's the intro music playing right now. It's fine. Heidi, are you still there?
I can hear you, yes. I can hear a bunch of music, too.
Oh, yeah, that's just a theme song playing. We're not going to be
Hey,
talking.
Heidi.
I mean, when it'll stop in a minute. It's going to play for like 1:26, one more minute. I think I'm going to cut it short. How about that, baby? Hello, and welcome to the show. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Emily Pearl's cook, and you're listening to the Emily Pearl Show. For those of you who don't know, I am a senior citizen. That's right, and I am a woman. And I'm just starting this radio talk show. I said that to say this. I want to be an inspiration to all women, to let them know that they can be and do anything they want to do. It doesn't matter about your age. You can begin to make your voice heard anytime. And as you know, it's the same way in politics. For so many years, we women did not have a voice in the political arena. So it was important to us and urgent for us as a league of women to vote for the women who had the courage to campaign, run, and win these various positions. I voted for these women every time I saw their names on a ballot. I didn't know them. I didn't have to know what her position was. I knew all that I needed to know. She was a woman, just like me. So I voted for her. And because other women did the same thing, these women have torn down the keep out sign on the door of politics. You know, when President Obama was running for the presidency, well, the media, they kept putting on about, well, how African Americans are going to vote for him just because he was an African American. Well, you know what? They were right. Ask me how I know. Because we did it, and he won. And that's the formula that I'm talking about, that sticking together formula. It works. It has always worked. It's not anything new. So how do you think that the men were able to keep women out of politics for so long, for hundreds of years? Because they used that same formula that stuck together. So let's fast forward to 2014. We still have women who are still brave enough to knock down some more closed doors of politics. Today on the show, we have two of these candidates with us, and we're going to talk with them when we come back from our station identification. Do you own a business? Need to reach more people? Sponsor my show and get airtime on a growing talk radio show. Blog Talk Radio is not only national and nationwide, but it's worldwide to anyone who has access to the internet. So subscribe today and give your business the exposure it deserves. Go to www.emilypearls.com. That's www.emilypearls.com and get your radio commercial today. Hey, don't forget to like us on Facebook. One lucky winner every week will win a Starbucks gift card to enjoy a delicious beverage at your favorite coffee hangout, courtesy of Starbucks and the Emily Pearl Show. The winner will be announced on our Facebook page, The Emily Pearl Show, and also on our show next week. Listen, send me an email. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your comments, your questions, and your suggestions. Email me now at theemilypearlshow@gmail.com. That is theemilypearlshow@gmail.com. All right. We're back. We want to thank everybody for liking us on Facebook. And we want to thank the more than 3,500 people that are talking about our show. So we're back now, and we're going to talk with our first guest. She is the Director of Training and Workforce Development at Shelby County Government. I know her personally as an actress. And Heidi, are you there?
I am. Emily Pearls, thank you for the invitation.
Hi, thank you for coming to the show. Welcome to the show. So now you're a candidate in a political race in Shelby County, Tennessee. So what else do you want the listeners to know about you?
Well, basically, I am running for the office of probate court clerk, and I have worked with Shelby County government for 15 years now, all in leadership positions, and just believe that right now is my time to run for office.
Okay. Now, what does the probate clerk's office do?
Well, and I get that question all the time, Emily, because most people never need to use it, but if you do at some time, you know that you're having to deal with someone that may have lost a loved one. And so basically what they do is they deal with the process of transferring a deceased individual's property to the proper recipients, like a will and estates. And the probate court clerk has exclusive jurisdiction over the administration of estates and the appointment of guardians and conservators for incapacitated adults and children.
Okay. And so how does that exactly work? If they probate court only covers these individuals who have passed on that had wills or estates? Or
right, and they have a will and they need, exactly. What they need to do is if somebody needs to come in and they need to, a family member has died and they need to sort of divvy up the estate or the will, the probate court clerk office assists in that process, and they work with the probate court judges. And so the office basically coordinates and oversees the court's process in these matters and assigns cases to judges, and also assists the citizens to help them navigate through the complex process.
Okay. Well, what made you want to run for that particular office, Heidi?
Well, you know, politics has always been in my blood. My grandfather was actually a mayor for 3 terms in Racine, Wisconsin, and he was also a councilman for 8 years before that. And so I sort of grew up with the notion of public service and being able to help others. And in my family, that's what you did. You helped others, and you made sure that the community that you lived in was better. So I thought that this was my time to run for office because I was a big believer in it. And something that my father always said to me was, you know, you're a woman, let us hear you roar, and show that male incumbent out the door. So he always said that, yeah, he always was very encouraging for me to run, and he said that your grandfather would be very proud of you. And I just want to make sure that I am running for the people of Shelby County. This is not about me. This is me wanting to make the place where I live much better.
Okay, I like that. We're talking today, ladies and gentlemen, with Miss Heidi Kahn, and she is running for the probate clerk's office. Well, tell me, Heidi, what makes you think that you would be the best candidate for this position?
Well, like I said before, Emily Pearls, I've worked in government for 15 years, all in leadership positions. And during my tenure, I have hired and supervised Shelby County employees from about 5 to 200 employees. I've developed and maintained county budgets, assisted with bringing in additional revenue for family to Shelby County to aid residents. I've worked with county commissioners and have provided direct services to the citizens of Shelby and to the Shelby County employees as well.
Wow, that's wonderful. So you've got good background in politics.
Absolutely, and all of those positions, even though I have a master's in business, I have a career in public service, and my goal is really to put the service back into public service because I feel that unfortunately that has been lost.
Okay. Well, and now that you said that, that leads me exactly to my next question. What is it that you would do to change the office for the better, and what are some of the issues that you see that's wrong now?
Well, I think that there are several issues within the probate clerk's office that need to be addressed, and I would say that the first is the service that is provided to those seeking services from the office. I think that my intent would be to provide excellent service to the community by, like I said before, putting that service back into public service. And my experience with the Crime Victim Center when I was the director there is you really need to deal with people on a different level when they are coming in because they may have some bereavement issues, and this is not an easy process when you've lost a loved one and you're also dealing with money. So you need to have someone that's sensitive and caring and has some dignity and respect for individuals that are walking through those doors to make sure that they are provided good service.
I agree because...
Yeah, so I think providing some good public service would be one of the things that I would work on. And then secondly, I know that there's a high number of residents that are unable to afford an attorney for the probate process. So it would be my intent to hold community workshops so that individuals can become educated about the process and then be able to represent themselves in a more effective manner.
Okay, so they can go into the probate court and represent themselves without an attorney?
Well, what they can do is they can get the assistance so they can have a better understanding of how the probate process works because so many people don't know that it even exists. So these workshops are going to help them and possibly help them with their estates and their wills, and so they have a better understanding of what they're going to be up against. And also possibly making sure that there's some attorneys that are willing to work with these lower income families pro bono.
Okay. Well, I know probate is a complicated area, and
it is. Most people don't have an understanding of it.
Yeah, Yes, and they don't, and that leads me to this point, Heidi. Most people don't realize how important it is to have a will. Because
Exactly.
when a person doesn't have a will, tell my listeners what happens. What happens?
Well, a lot of times they have to go through the probate process, or they have to divvy up, the estate, and sometimes there can be issues within the family members of who gets what. So that's why the probate court's clerk's office can assist in that process, and then of course it goes to probate court with the two judges.
Now that process, probate, I do know people. I think every one of us at some point or another probably heard somebody say that they're going through the probate process. So typically, how long is that? Does that last? Does it vary? And if it varies on how long a particular case will last or it takes to get completed, what factors is the time frame based on?
Well, you're exactly right. It really varies, and it's an individual case, because it would be very difficult for me to say, well, there is a specific amount of time that it would take, because for some it may be very short and others long, depending on how complicated the case really was. And, of course, then you've got to go to court, and they've got to deal with that, and do they have an attorney, and how many family members, and was there a will, and how large is the estate, and so there's a lot of issues that go into maybe how long the process would take.
And that actually magnifies my point to my radio listeners. If we should have a will. I know some of us think, well, I don't want to do that because I'm not ready to die. But it's important to have it, and just because you do a will, it doesn't mean that you're going to die tomorrow.
Exactly. And it's like, you can look at it like a security. You could look at it as a security blanket. It's very important to have a will.
Okay, that sounds really great, and I hope that our listeners will jot that note down and make that a point that they something that they need to take care of as early as tomorrow. Because one thing that I always heard growing up is, and I am a living witness of this, that your wellest day is your sickest hour. And what that means is that we don't ever know when we have to depart, this place. So
absolutely, we don't know.
Right. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, because, if you care anything about your family members that you're going to leave behind, that keeps a whole lot of confusion down. Is that right, Heidi?
Absolutely. I mean, if you have a will, that's definitely going to help in the confusion and making sure that people know, what your last wishes are, so that they can carry those out, and it can make it a much easier process.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. I like it. Now, you did give us that information on why you thought you were the best candidate and the changes that you would make. Is there anything else that you want our listeners to go? We know we want them to come out and vote for you. We know
absolutely, I want them to vote. Right.
I'm gonna let you put that in your words.
Okay. Well,
are you there?
I am.
Okay. Go ahead. You can tell the listeners.
Okay. Well, I would like for the Shelbys, for the people of Shelby County to understand that I will respect the citizens of Shelby County as probate court clerk, because I will have effective and use appropriate use of public resources, and I will make sure that there's increased accountability. And I believe that elected officials have a duty to serve the public and really to put citizens' needs before personal gain. So I want to make sure that the Shelby County citizens understand that when they elect me, they'll be electing someone that has respect for them, that wants to ensure that this is a better place for them to live and to help them. And I want to be responsible for ensuring quality service to the community and continuing my dedication and commitment to serving the people of Shelby County. Because like I said, I want to make sure I put that service back into public service. And they will have a clerk who cares.
Good to me. It all sounds great to me. And
so I would like to ask all Shelby County citizens. I'm sorry?
I just want to commend you for the courage, to run for this office.
Thank you. It's not an easy thing, but I am enjoying myself, and this is really something that I want, and I'm going to go for it. And I want to ask all the Shelby County citizens for their votes and to vote Kuhn for clerk.
Okay. Now, when is this election? When do they vote?
Early voting starts on April 16th and goes through May 1st. And the primary election, and I am a Democrat for probate court clerk, and the primary election is on May 6th.
Okay. Well, that sounds great. So if you win this office, I should say, let me rephrase that. So when you,
exactly.
So when you win this office, will you be the first one for Shelby County probate court clerk?
Yes. I will go against the current incumbent, who is a male, in the general election, which will happen August 7th. And after I win that, yes, Emily Pearls, I will be the first female probate court clerk.
Woo-hoo, I like that. I like that.
That's right. Yes, because we need more women in these elected positions.
Exactly. And I just want to applaud the women like yourself all over this nation who are holding political offices, And there's even rumor that we may get a female woman president for the upcoming election. Now, wouldn't that be just fantastic? Women, listen. We got to stick together because
we do.
This is how our male counterparts, this is how they were able to run the world and the United States for such a long time because they stuck together. They said, no, women, no, oh, no. So now that we've got we want to be able to go through all of those closed doors in politics. Is that right?
Yes, we need to band together. And honestly, Emily Pearls, we have some fantastic female candidates for the positions in Shelby County government. And I'm really excited about the year because I think this is our time. It's the year of the woman.
All right. I like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, callers, the line will be open to take your questions for Ms. Heidi Kuhn as soon as we return from a word for our sponsors. If you don't have any questions, we'll continue on to our next guest. But you can call in now at 1-646-200-3422. That's 1-646-200-3422. And we'll be right back.
What will you do when or if your car breaks down? Don't worry, don't be concerned. Motor Club of America is here to serve you. We offer 100-mile towing, legal benefits, $50,000 of accidental death with hospital indemnity, and also emergency room benefits for $19.95 per month. For more information, go to www.coverageanytime.com. That's www.coverageanytime.com.
All right, we are back. Right now, so we're just going to go on to our next guest. And our next guest, she is currently the county commissioner at Shelby County. And this lady, I've seen her in government for many, many years, so I know she has the experience. And this is Miss Deidre Malone. Deidre, are you there? Are you in the studio with us today?
Yes, I am. How are you doing, Emily Pearls? Thanks so much for the opportunity to be on your show this evening.
Oh, you're welcome. We're honored to have you. Thank you for coming. Now, I told them a little bit about you. So So is there anything that you want to tell them about your background before we go into your Q&A?
Oh, sure. I'd love to. I am a candidate for Shelby County Mayor. I'm running as a Democrat, and I am a business owner. I've been in business for 11 years. The name of my firm is the Carter Malone Group. We're a marketing and public relations and advertising firm. And before that, I worked for Alsac St. Jude as a vice president and was with the St. Jude family for about 10 years. And so, yeah, and it was a great experience, and it prepared me for starting my own business, and I just so enjoy, being in business because you're responsible for, being able to have employees and help them, take care of their families and give back to the community in a special way. So I'm very proud of that fact.
Right. Okay, now I know Alsac St. Jude. You were over there on Shelby Oaks when it was over there?
No, downtown. No, I was downtown at the downtown location. I worked with the hospital, and then I worked with the fundraising arm as well.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I just love St. Jude. We've always given, and it's so easy for people to give to St. Jude. So
it is.
That you got that background in there. Now, I understand that you are running for the Shelby County Mayor.
I am,
right.
and I'm excited about it, too. It is, with my legislative experience, I'm just so glad that you had Heidi Kuhn on the air earlier, that women are stepping up because we have so much to offer this community. And with me having served as a Shelby County Commissioner for 8 years and being elected the first African-American female to chair the commission and the first female to chair the budget committee, I know and understand county government and look forward to the opportunity to serve as the next CEO of this county.
And to make another first happen. All right?
Exactly. Now, one of my colleagues, Joyce Avery, was appointed on an interim basis to Shelby County Mayor, but no female has been elected. And with my election, I would definitely be the first. Yes, ma'am.
All right. I like being the first. I like being the first in anything.
It's exciting to even think about making history. We have an opportunity to make history if Democrats get out and vote. We can make it happen.
Well, that's right. Exactly right. So let me ask you, Deidre, what made you really want to run for this office?
I can tell you, Emily Pearls, that in 2010, I was wrapping up my tenure on the county commission and wanted to continue to serve, and I sought the office of county mayor then and lost in the primary to the interim mayor at the time. And I just felt like, okay, well, maybe it wasn't my time. Maybe I needed to learn some additional, things and work a little bit harder in the community and manage and assist other people with their campaigns and then delve into my business, and I did that. And so from afar, I've watched the workings of government the last 3.5 years or so, and I've not been pleased with the direction this county's going. And so about 1.5 years, after getting encouragement from friends who feel the same way that I do, I talked to my family and decided, if you're not happy, you're going to continue to be unhappy with the direction of this county unless you step up and run. And if you believe that you have something to offer, specifically something better, then why not step out there and run? And that's when I decided I was going to run.
All right. I like it. Sounds great. Now, you told us a little bit about your experience in politics, but is there any particular thing, or I know there's several, but just give us a little insight on what makes you the best candidate for this position.
Well, I'm probably, well, I know that I'm the only Democrat in this race that has
Oh, wow.
well, there are two other Democrats. Now it's a competitive primary, but I'm the
Oh,
only
it is.
Democrat that has owned their own business, that has a track record, a strong track record of success with my business, and the only candidate in this Democratic primary that has been elected by my peers to leadership positions. And so with that, I think that says something, Emily Pearls, that I can work with, if I can work with my colleagues to get elected to a leadership role and help move a county commission agenda, just think about what I can do when I'm elected the next mayor of Shelby County and having to work closely with that legislative body to make incredible things happen in this county. So that's the reason why I think I'm the best candidate for this position.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all hear that? Y'all hear that now. Be jotting this down. Y'all need to call with some questions because I know you're not going to call in. Y'all online. Our listeners, our biggest audience is online. But that's great. We appreciate y'all. We love you. So we're going to get to our last question because I know you have a busy schedule, and we just thank you so much for taking out time. Just give us a few minutes today. So now the last question is what is it about the mayor's office, Shelby County Mayor's office, that you would change for the better for the citizens of Shelby County?
Well, one thing that anybody that knows me, specifically the constituents that I've served in the past, and just the people in general, because I've been giving back to this community from a public servant standpoint for the last 25 years, they know that I'm going to stand up for what's right and be a sound and reasonable voice in trying to make things happen for this community. And so, so often over the last three and a half years, the current county mayor has been silent on major issues, in my opinion, that affect all of us. And so, when we talk about the surrender of the charter and a referendum vote on whether or not the school systems should merge, a leader has an opinion. I didn't hear him have one on one of the most important issues that we've had to face as a community. Now, granted, you want your constituents to make their own mind up and vote which way they feel comfortable, but you also are a voter and you have an opinion.
Right.
And so I'm going to be that county mayor that has an opinion, and that opinion will be based on, town hall meetings and listening to constituents and formulating my thoughts and my opinion and sharing it. My administration will all be about job creation and trying to create a better economy here in Shelby County, because when you think about the unemployment rate across the state of Tennessee, it's always the highest in West Tennessee, here in Shelby County. And so, another thing I'm interested in doing, Emily Pearls, is trying to make this community more supportive when it comes to education. And I know the school systems, with all of the merging and now demerging, there's very little stability when it comes to how are we really going to fund all of these school systems. And so that needs to be a priority in terms of what's going to be adequate in terms of the amount of money we need to try and find to put into schools. And then a big part of the job that the county mayor has is to create a balanced budget, working with other elected officials like the probate clerk, general sessions clerk, to submit to the county commission. And with my budget experience, I'm primed to make that happen. And again, last but definitely not least, it's going to be so important that the next mayor of Shelby County has a strong relationship with the county commission. I know the majority of the people who are on there now. I've served with some of them.
Mhm.
And then the
Mhm.
new county commissioners, a lot of them that are vying for those positions I know. And so I know that it'll be my goal and my priority to have an excellent working relationship with them, because I know that's the only way we're going to be able to change this community for the better. Hello?
Okay, I'm there. I'm sorry about that.
Oh.
There was a big train that was going by,
Oh,
and
okay.
I didn't want it in the picture, so I said, I hope she talks just a little bit longer, but that's okay. It's all good, as they say. Now, you were just telling us about what you would do, to make the changes, and what do you think should be changed about the office. And so now the changes that you are talking about and what you think it will make it better, does it have anything to do with whether or not you are a man or a woman? As a woman, do you bring fresh changes, or are the changes pretty much standard as it would be any changes for a man if he was running for the Shelby County?
No, I think a female perspective is always different. I think that, we are so used to multitasking and juggling family and work and, church and other responsibilities, and making sure that others are taken care of, that we're such nurturers. And so I think that with all of those attributes that we have as women, we bring a different type of skill set to the table. And so a lot of us, and most of us, are really good listeners, and we can assimilate that information and, turn it into something we know that makes sense and be able to advance it. So, yeah, I think having a female perspective and it makes all the sense in the world, and it will bring a different type of perspective to the mayor's office, and quite frankly, I think that's what's needed.
Okay. Well,
and another
one
other thing I want to add, specifically when it comes to health care, we have so many health care disparities, but when you look at what the current county mayor and the commission did in 2010 with the Title X grant, you have a lot of male elected officials making decisions about women's health issues. And so we need more female elected officials who understand that, we need to be making our own decisions. And so I challenge more women to get out here and run for elected office. And have a voice in our community.
Well, I can't agree with you about our perspective. I just think our female perspective is always better than a male. Because, seriously, though, think about it, because we're mamas, we're mothers. So,
yes.
And we always had that instinct to do what was best for our family, And it's kind of a God-given instinct that we have, that men don't have. They just don't have that.
We are nurturers. I was speaking to a group of mothers this morning at Bethel Grove Elementary. They have this Moms and Muffins program every year where they bring the moms in. And I was telling these moms, I said, as the mother of now adult sons and a grandson, that what was important to me when I was raising my boys was that that they had a very strong self-esteem, because women, sometimes we have to work on it, but men have that same problem. And so I was telling the mothers today, please work with your daughters specifically, and they need to understand they too can grow up and be the president.
Exactly.
They don't have to be the president's assistant. They can be the president.
Exactly. I like that. That's what I'm talking about. And and I'm so excited to even see, not just on the local level, but nationally. I just love to see these women win these positions. And, it's not going to be too many more months down the road before we women are going to have to band together for perhaps a woman candidate for the presidency of the whole United States. So, yes, we are moving forward, and I encourage women to forge ahead because that's what I always say. You can do anything that you want to do. If you have the faith of the little mustard seed, you can move mountains. So we are excited, and I'm excited for you. And I know that our listeners are excited. I know you've got a great following. Hopefully they're tuned in to hear you tonight. And I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. I'm not going to hold you up because I do know that you may have an engagement later. I think that Heidi mentioned something about that to me earlier. But what I want you to do is I just want you to tell our listeners but your last remarks that you want to say to them. What do you want to tell them tonight?
Thank you, first of all, Emily Pearls, for allowing me to be on your show this evening. I greatly appreciate it, and I want your listeners to know that, there's a Democratic primary, and early voting starts on April 16th and ends on May 1st. We want to ask our voters to get out there and vote early, and Election Day for the primary is May 6th. I can tell you that I'm the only Democrat in this race that can beat the incumbent Republican county mayor, and with their vote, we can make this happen. And so, my slogan is, we all win when Deidre wins. And so I invite them to visit my website, DeidreMalone.com.
I like that.
Learn more about our platform and get engaged in this campaign because we can win it.
I like that. And that's one thing that I learned as a salesperson early on in politics is a form of selling. If you're running for something, you're selling yourself. Is that right, Deidre?
You are selling yourself. Yes, you are. That is so important. And if you can't sell yourself, nobody else can. So you need to be able to sell yourself.
Right.
And when people feel comfortable with you, they'll vote for you.
Mm-hmm. They sure will, and as long as, and that's what I was getting to, my point was, as when I first started being in sales, I never could close the sale because I never would really ask for the sale. I wouldn't ask them to buy. So I learned that after I got over that, then I became a great salesperson because you do have to ask for what you want, and that's why I wanted you to address our listeners tonight before you left to tell them exactly what you want them to do. And you did it.
Thank you so much. Again, thank you for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. And thanks, Heidi, for recommending me.
We thank you. We're not going to let you go. Just see if we're going to see if there's any questions. Listeners, call in. After this commercial, we'll come back. There are no questions, and we'll proceed with our show. But we are going to give you an opportunity to ask candidates Deidre Malone a couple of questions if you like, and we'll be right back. Your health is in your water. Zuma X2O alkaline water sachets has many health benefits and helps with pain. It contains over 70 trace minerals. Just add the tea-like bag sachets to 20 ounces of tap water. The sachet transforms your water instantly into alkaline water and puts your body in a healthy alkaline state. For more information, visit www.SybylMariePresley.com. That's www.Sybil, S-Y-B-I-L, Marie, M-A-R-I-E, Presley, Presley.com, or call 901-643-1982, 901-643-1982.
people are hurting, distressed, discouraged, and perplexed. During this time, there was a man that came from nowhere. He showed up at times people needed him most. When he came, lives were touched and changed. Who was this man? Where did he come from? What was his name? Well, they call him the Mystery Man. At Eric Time Production Series.
Pick up a copy of the Mystery Man Movie pilot at www.mysterymanmovie.com. www.mysterymanmovie.com.
You live in a world where people... You live in a world where... You live in a world where people are hurting, distressed, discouraged, and perplexed. During this time, there was a man that came from nowhere. He showed up at times people needed him most. When he came, lives were touched and changed. Who was this man? Where did he come from? What was his name? Well, they call him the Mystery Man. At Eric Time Production Series.
Pick up a copy of the Mystery Man Movie pilot at www.mysterymanmovie.com. www.mysterymanmovie.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. All right, we want to thank candidates Deidre Malone and Heidi Kahn for making an appearance on our show and coming to the studio. We see that we have no phone callers. We're going to check our email in just a little bit, and we'll come back and let you know if we have any email subjects. We may have some questions in our emails. And I like that. You know, yeah, we are all technical now, so that's what we do. We don't really want to talk on the phone anymore. So we listen to everything on our devices, and we communicate with our fingers on our devices, and that's good. That's okay. So, again, thank you, Candidate Malone and Candidate Kahn. I'm sure that our listeners will be there to support you, and we're going to be in your corner to help you get up to those doors that are closed, and we're going to help you just snatch them open.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. All right. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be right back, and I'm going to check the email. Meanwhile, listen to our message from our sponsors. Memories Banquet Hall is your all-occasion reception hall. No matter what you are planning or want to plan, Memories Banquet Hall is available for you. Call 901-368-0006. That's 901-368-0006. Or visit www.memoriesevents.com. Do you own a business? Need to reach more people? Sponsor my show and get airtime on a growing talk radio show. Blog Talk Radio is not only national and nationwide, but it's worldwide to anyone who has access to the internet. So subscribe today and give your business the exposure it deserves. Go to www.emilypearls.com. That's www.emilypearls.com and get your radio commercial today. Hey, don't forget to like us on Facebook. One lucky winner every week will win a Starbucks gift card to enjoy a delicious beverage at your favorite coffee hangout, courtesy of Starbucks and the Emily Pearl Show. The winner will be announced on our Facebook page, The Emily Pearl Show, and also on our show next week. Listen, send me an email. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your comments, your questions, and your suggestions. Email me now at theemilypearlshow@gmail.com. That is theemilypearlshow@gmail.com.
What will you do when or if your car breaks down? Don't worry, don't be concerned. Motor Club of America is here to serve you. We offer 100-mile towing, legal benefits, $50,000 of accidental death with hospital indemnity, and also emergency room benefits for $19.95 per month. For more information, go to www.coverageanytime.com. That's www.coverageanytime.com.
All right. We are back. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like us on our Facebook page. We thank those of you who have liked us. We have about 3,400 people talking about us. Hope that after this show that we have even more. If you want to, you could call in now, 646-200-3422. That's 1-646-200-3422. If you have any comments about politics, if you have any comments about women in politics, or if you just have any comments at all, I want to hear from you. But I do want to take this time to take my hats off to the ladies who were guests on the show tonight. It takes a lot of courage, people, to run for any kind of public office. And I'll tell you why, because people in the world are so cruel these days. And I don't know what makes our people so cruel. But people, they have this strong sense of competition, and they will do just about anything they can and say just about anything they can to pull you down, to make you lose the race because they want to win. And politics, it can get kind of messy. It just get kind of messy. So I take my hats off to these ladies for having the courage and being brave enough to endure it and to move forward with it. And we're going to be praying for all candidates, and particularly we'll be asking for the blessings on these women, because women are really the strength of this country. You know, and when we run across good women, strong women, responsible women, honest women, respected women that want to be in office and serve you, then I think it's worth taking a look at. It's worth taking a look at because we all need leadership. We all need leaders. And that's one thing I learned at an early age. If you can't be a good follower, then you can't be a good leader. And that's what I liked when candidate Malone said that, you know, she had ran for this office before, but she lost it. But she didn't give up. You know, she didn't give up. But she became a good follower and went ahead and started some other projects all along the way, learning her experience and gaining the knowledge and trust that she needs to move forward. So hats off to her. And then our other candidate, Ms. Heidi Kahn, a young lady. When you find young people that love Memphis enough, that love Shelby County enough to want to serve you, and I just have to say that again because it just really cracks me up that when they care enough that they want to serve you, then you need to take a look at the platform of these candidates because anyone that wants to really give their utmost time and responsibility and their experience and knowledge, just everything they got and pour it into being a public servant, that is something else. And they are to be commended, and we wish them complete success on them. Because women can change the world. Y'all remember the saying that it's a man's world? We don't say that anymore. I don't even hardly hear it played anymore. So, it's out with the old, and it's in with the new. Women rule this world. All right? I like that. Okay, now, I like getting off early, as you can see. So as we grow, of course, our show will continue to its full length, which is to be hopefully 2 hours. And while we schedule for an hour and a half, we always like to have enough time than not to have enough time. So if we have some time left over, well, we can get off early. We don't mind. I don't mind that at all. I love getting off early. So we're going to pause for one more sponsor. And don't forget, y'all click on those ads. All of you listeners that are on the website, click on those ads because those are our sponsors. Okay? All right. We'll be right back. Memories Banquet Hall is your on-occasion reception hall. No matter what you are planning or want to plan, Memories Banquet Hall is available for you. Call 901-368-0006. That's 901-368-0006. Or visit www.memoriesevents.com.
We live in a world where people are hurting, distressed, discouraged, and perplexed. During this time, there was a man that came from nowhere. He showed up at times people needed him most. When he came, lives were touched and changed. Who was this man? Where did he come from? What was his name? Well, they call him the Mystery Man. An Eric Hutton production series.
Pick up a copy of the Mystery Man Movie Pilot at www.mysterymanmovie.com. www.mysterymanmovie.com.
Your health is in your water. Zuma X2O alkaline water sachets has many health benefits and helps with pain. It contains over 70 trace minerals. Just add the tea-like bag sachets to 20 ounces of tap water. The sachet transforms your water instantly into alkaline water and puts your body in a healthy alkaline state. For more information, visit www.SybylMariePresley.com. That's www.Sybil, S-Y-B-I-L, Marie, M-A-R-I-E, Presley, P-R-E-S-L-E-Y.com. Or call 901-643-1982. 901-643-1982. 1982.
What will you do when or if your car breaks down? Don't worry, don't be concerned. Motor Club of America is here to serve you. We offer 100-mile towing, legal benefits, $50,000 of accidental death with hospital indemnity, and also emergency room benefits for $19.95 per month. For more information, go to www.coverageanytime.com. That's www.coverageanytime.com.
Do you own a business? Need to reach more people? Sponsor my show and get airtime on a growing talk worldwide to anyone who has access to the internet. So subscribe today and give your business the exposure it deserves. Go to www.emilypearls.com. That's www.emilypearls.com and get your radio commercial today. Hey, don't forget to like us on Facebook. One lucky winner every week will win a Starbucks gift card to enjoy a delicious beverage at your favorite coffee hangout, courtesy of Starbucks and the Emily Pearl Show. The winner will be announced on our Facebook page, The Emily Pearl Show, and also on our show next week. Listen, send me an email. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your comments, your questions, and your suggestions. Email me now at theemilypearlshow@gmail.com. That is the Emily Pearl Show @gmail.com. All right, we are back and we are getting ready to close our show. Before I go, I just want to thank all my guests. I want to thank my listeners. I want to thank my Do you own a business? I want to thank my sponsor. Thank you, sponsor. And more importantly, I want to thank my supporters. But in our message, this show, and this is a show where professional women can come and talk about anything that we want to talk about. And that has a certain air about it, because it kind of sets us aside from other talk shows. So my message to you is the definition of a pearl. A pearl is defined as a precious thing, the finest example of something. So what I want to say to you is that it doesn't matter if you are rich or poor. You are a precious thing. You are the finest example of someone special. All right? All right, this is Emily Pearl, Kurt from Emily Pearl Show, signing off, and we'll see you again next week. Bye.